How you doing? It's the weekend before Christmas. So that means it's a great day to do some prep, okay? Good prep to get ready for Christmas. Today I'm going to show you how to make Christmas pudding. Whole food plant-based Christmas pudding. Super easy to do. Takes a little while to cook, but it's super easy to do. And then tomorrow I'll show you how to make a turmeric custard to go with it. That's 100% plant-based, vegan. It's delicious. Now, if you haven't seen my other videos, please go watch them. I've got the nut loaf, I've got the mushroom gravy, and I also did a post on how to make the best baked spuds without oil. So go and have a look at those. They're going to be incredible things that you can put on the table for a plant-based Christmas dinner for yourself if you're plant-based, or if you've got loved ones coming that you don't know what to cook, cook this. I promise you, they're going to love it. So, super easy to do. I'll put you back over here for a sec. You guys good? You've been good? You've been in the kitchen getting ready? Who's made the nut loaf? Anyone made that nut loaf yet? So, it's really easy to do. It's just a wet mix and a dry mix. We're going to put them together. Now, there's a French term called mise en place. And all that means is put in place. So that means get everything measured out, okay? Measure it all out. Get it on bowls or plates and do all of that. Oh, there's a fly. Damn fly. You know, measure it all out so it's all together. Makes it easy, less stress. You can put on your favourite tunes, and dance around the Christmas while you're making your Christmas food. It's like, it puts good energy into the food, guys. It puts good energy into the food. So what we're going to need, you don't have to worry about the recipes, just go to a link somewhere I've got here, and there's a whole Christmas book, not only this recipe, but all my other recipes for Christmas. It'll give you great ideas. So go and grab the recipe book. But I've got some wholemeal sourdough breadcrumbs. All I did was buy a loaf of sourdough, and I popped it into my blender and just ground it up into breadcrumbs. Really easy to do. I got some almonds, half a cup of almonds just ground into, finely chopped. I did that in the blender as well. If you don't want to use any nuts, because some people that eat whole food plant-based don't have nuts, all you need to do to swap that out, just leave that out and add some more breadcrumbs and you'll be fine. We've got some wholemeal flour, it's about a cup. We got some sultanas and raisins together. And we've got some spices and baking powder. We've got nutmeg, we've got cinnamon, we've got allspice. So what you want to do, you just put all of this into, all the dry ingredients, into a bowl together, just like that. Like this, bang. That's how you do those. And then, come on over and I'll show you. I'll get you closer to the bowl. How does that sound? Get you closer to the bowl. And then what we do, we just do this. We just give it a good mix. You can use your hands or you can use a wooden spoon. But what you're wanting to do is you want to get that dried fruit and you want to make sure that it's coated nicely with all of those flours and the sourdough breadcrumbs. And just mix it all together. So it's like that. And by coating it, separating all of that dried fruit, by separating the dried fruit, what it actually does is it coats the fruit and keeps it separated in the mix. So you've got it's evenly distributed throughout the mix. So that's good. We've done that. Let me grab a tea towel, because my hands are dirty. Then the next thing we want to do, we want to put some things that make a wet mix. And we want to put that in the blender and puree it up. So I'm going to do that now. And then we're going to put it in a big pot. Okay, so you're going to grab yourself a blender. And in this blender, I'm going to put some mixed peel. This one's just bought from the shop. Or you could just use lime or orange or citrus. Just grate it and put it in here. But I've got the sort of candied one. We want some freshly squeezed orange juice, about a cup. And we want some medjool dates that have been soaked in some water. So we just throw those in. There's about a cup of medjool dates. This is your sweetener, your whole food sweetener. Notice how there's no other sugar in here except for the dates. And also the raisins and sultanas. So we pop that in here. Now block your ears. It's going to make a noise. There we go. I'll tell you what. You've got a sweet tooth, you're going to love that. So yummy. So, there you go. You got like this puree, like pureed apple, right? Now what we do with that, we mix it into a bowl of dried ingredients. Just pour it in. Grab a spatula. Done, and you just mix it. You can use your hands, but they'll get a bit sticky. So just give it a good mix. Start off with a spoon, and then I'll probably mix it with my hands. It smells good. Christmas spices, you know, cinnamon, allspice, tastes so good. And then once we make this into a dough, we're going to place it in some calico bags. And then we're going to poach the pudding in some water for about 4 hours. It doesn't actually have to be 4 hours, but 2 hours is good. But I do it for 4 hours. Okay, that's all mixed nicely. I'll show you in a sec. I'm just going to give it another go with my hands, just to make sure that there is no dry. You don't want any dry flour. You want to knead it all in to a nice, wet, sticky dough, okay? Now, I've been making this pudding for 20 years, and meat eaters love it. In actual fact, when I have Christmas at my mum's, okay, she always asks me to make this pudding. And no eggs, nothing. It's just 100% vegan, and it's whole food plant-based. So it's super good for you, right? Super good for you. Okay, we've got that mixed. It's beautiful. Now what we want to do, you want to get yourself some calico. I'm going to show you how to do it with calico, and I'll show you also how to do it without calico. There's 2 ways you can do it. Now with the mixture, you want to break it, you want to divide it into half. 2 even-sized balls, right? Pudding balls. This makes 2 puddings. So just form them into a ball, like this. Look at that. Pudding ball. Yum-ho. You got your calico? Can you guys see that board? I'm going to bring you over here. I'll show you. I'll bring you down. So we've got calico here. Let me bring you down here. Okay, there's the calico. I've just got a square. You can buy it. I bought that at Spotlight, and then I just cut it, and then I washed it, and it's ready to go. You can whack that in there. Some people put flour on this. I don't worry about that. I just do this, and then you fold up the edges. Fold up the edges like that. Get yourself some twine. A bit of, just a bit of string. You want the twine. And if you've got some elastic bands, this is helpful. Okay, I always have a drawer full of elastic bands. So I always, if I've got a band, I'll stick a band around it a couple of times. But if you don't have a band, it's okay. You can just get the twine. Right, just get the twine. Let me see if you can see that. Oh. And you just wrap it around a few times and tie it. Just tie it up. And you want a long piece because you're going to stick this in water and you can't let it touch the bottom of the pot. Okay, there's that one. Look at that. How's that, guys? We've got a pudding. Form it back into a ball. We don't want a flat bottom one. We want a nice round one. So just form it into a ball like that. And I'm going to quickly show you, before I put this in the water, I'm going to show you another way. If you don't have calico, I'll show another way of making it. What you want to do is get a pudding basin, right? A pudding basin, and you get your pudding mix and you put it into the basin and push it right down. In actual fact, that one recipe that I just made, both of those balls would have fitted in here perfect. So you push it right in until it's totally flat. Then you cover it with, I'll show you how to cover it. Get yourself some greaseproof paper. Get yourself a big elastic band. I'll bring it down so you can see. So I've just covered that. And then, will this band, that band's not going to be big enough. I don't think I've got a big enough band. Oh, my water's boiling. Let's just give it a go. No, it's definitely not going to do it. But you want a big enough band to wrap it around that, and that holds it tight. Then you want to get yourself another sort of tray, deep tray, baking tray, with water in it, and place it in there. Then cover it with some foil, some tin foil over the top, and pop it in the oven and cook it for a couple of hours on about 160 or 180, and it'll be perfect. That's all you need to do. So that's one option. The other option is the first option, which is the way I like to do it, is because it's quite romantic having it in the calico. I'm going to just make the other one in the calico right now. So if you missed it, I'll do it again. So you just got one, got your ball, in it goes. Fold up the edges like this. If you've got an elastic band, you can use that. If you don't have elastic band, don't worry, just tie it up with the twine. So we've done that. Wrap the twine around a couple of times. Oh, that's my other one. That's the wrong one. Just like this. Let's get that going. Wrap it around again and tie it in a knot. That's it, done. Now, once again, you pick it up. Pick it up like this. Get rid of the flat base. You want it to be nice and round like a ball. Now, come over the stove and I'll show you how to cook it. Super easy. Super, super easy. So, I've got a pot, and you want a really deep pot. Okay, just have a look how deep this pot is, right? Can you see? It's deep. It's super, super deep. And you need to have it deep, otherwise it's going to hit the bottom, and you don't want it to hit the bottom. So you get that boiling, simmering away, and then you pop it in, and you hang it. That's why you got the long twine, and you tie it to the handle. Just don't let it touch the bottom, right? And put that on there. Looks beautiful. Do another knot. Okay, we're good. That's that one. The next one goes over here, and we do the same thing. Pop it in, drop it in low, but don't let it touch the bottom. What do you do, guys? Please type it in. Don't let it touch the what? Don't let it touch the bottom. There we go. That's looking good. I'll give it one more go. Excellent. So, just move some of this twine. Make sure you cut the end of the twine off or tie it up further, because what you don't want it to do is catch on fire and burn the house down. So we'll just bring all of that up and tuck it away. There we go. Oh, man, my dyeing skills need to improve. Pop your lid on. Turn it down to sort of low. Just keep it simmering a bit, and then you cook it for 4 hours. Just let that simmer away for 4 hours. It's done. Then what I do once it's done, Okay, you can hang it in a sort of cool, dry space. Just hang them until Christmas Day. I just go put them in the fridge. And I leave them in the fridge. And then on Christmas Day, I pull them out and I stick them back in some water. Or you can just open them up and stick them in the microwave, okay? Or you stick them back in water in the calico and they will cook. They'll just heat through, and then undo the calico, put it onto a bowl, pour over some of this beautiful turmeric custard, and it's going to be the best. It's like super good. So guys, that's how you do it. I'll show you tomorrow in the custard cooking class, what these actually look like when they're done. I'll actually open one up for you. How's that sound? Sound good? So guys, give it a go. Just give it a go. Great, it's a great day to do it. Like, how easy. You find these recipes easy? It's so easy to eat plant-based. So guys, have a good weekend. Talk to you soon. Merry Christmas.